homespun days. Kind of had this plan. I wanted to see if we could make California better. So here we are in Transport Fever 2, the custom map that covers most of California and a lot of Nevada, actually. You can see the Southern Valley or the Central Valley, San Luis Obispo over on the coast, all the way down to the Los Angeles area and over to Vegas. So there's oil in the south. There's timber and such in the north, and in the Central Valley, there's a lot of food processing. I've got some mods on here that should help with demand in all the cities, but my plan is to use the Central Valley to start in 1895 because it's flat, and we can start making some money and delivering those goods to different cities. My ultimate goal is to have a high-speed line that at least connects the San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento, Stockton, and Yuba City, down with the Los Angeles area, and then maybe branching off from there. But just like in real life, getting through Cajon Pass here, or the Grapevine here in Santa Clarita, is going to be a little bit tricky. So that's my plan. We're going to work on that today, and we're going to start that here in the Bakersfield area. I think that will be a really useful area to start at. It's got a lot of food. Bakersfield needs food. There's a farm, another farm, and a food processing plant here, kind of off by itself, and then another farm to the north of that. So if we can start delivering some food, that'll be good, and that will give us some money. So I'm thinking what we ought to do is look at rail, and we want cargo station, which of course we can later on convert to a passenger station as well. Okay, so we're going to go, well, we need a couple of tracks. 60 meters should work. Then we're going to pick that stuff. Ooh, that's not good though. I don't want to avoid. Yeah, can I avoid having to put in two different stations? That's the question. If I go over here, that'll hook up, but that's going to wreck up that joint. Yeah, I guess we can start with that. Alright, we're going to go with that. Then we're going to pick up a single station here, pick up this food, but we're going to do it as a terminal station. There we go. Alright. I connect those with tracks. That'll be good. And that'll be pretty slow. Not too expensive, at least. I'm going to turn, and we're going to go. Put a collision there already. Alright, we're going to go up this way a little bit. 8,000, 75 miles an hour. Excellent. And that track over here somewhere. And then we're going to build another station here. 220 meters long. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. And we'll connect that up. That train. There we go. That's none too shabby. How do you get the train onto there, though? That's a good question. Alright, we're going to start with that, I guess. Didn't want to have to build two depots, but I guess we're going to have to. Or not depots, but train yards. That's a bummer. That's okay. 3.6 million. Alright. So, first things first, we need to buy a new vehicle. We're going to go with, and this is kind of why we went with 1895, is if you start too early, you just don't have enough horsepower to really move anything. The general looks good, mostly because it has a 28-mile-an-hour top speed, which is good because that track I laid over there was kind of problematic. We're gonna add the general, and then we're bringing grain, so we're gonna need a gondola car, series of gondola cars. All right, 35 capacity. That looks good. We'll put that on a new line. We're gonna go to Bakersfield North, and we'll go to Bakersfield. All right, we're gonna rename that EKD grain delivery. Okay, that's a start. Tips off here. And we want to go here, and we're gonna go build a new train. This time I want the mogul because it's a little faster. And oops, that's not what I meant to do. I want the mogul because it's a little faster. Then I want food's coming back in boxcars. We're gonna have a couple boxcars and 3 gondolas. And I can't afford that. So we're also gonna take out a loan here, borrow some more money. There we go. That should be enough, I think. 5 million. Come back, buy our train for 2.47 million. We're gonna set it on its line. Gonna go here, Bakersfield, and then to Fresno. That's EKD Fresno. Great. Okay, so that looks good. And then we'll go ahead and start those lines and start the game. Should have trains coming out here. And we do. We'll end up turning this one around a little bit. And we've got stuff waiting at Bakersfield North. That's awesome. Not ideal location-wise, obviously, but we'll figure it out. Love the graphics in this game. Almost makes you think California was a real place, huh? All right, we've got our grain delivery train coming. We're actually going to set that line. Not what I want. I have the line do a full load at Bakersfield North. That way we're running fewer trips. Go up and turn this guy around. Speed that up a little bit. Trains are wicked slow over these distances. $37,000, all right. We'll go ahead and start this one. Okay, I think 3 is a good number there. And he'll go off and grain going there. Now, does anybody else need food? That's a good question. We've added extra industries here. Other people can take in food. Things as they grow. I think it's up to 6. 6 industries. Ooh, Oakland. Oakland needs food and a lot of it. Okay. That's something to consider. Let's see, there's an oil refinery. and a fuel refinery on this kind of general north-south axis here. Now, don't think we have any. If I buy trucks, I think they're all horse-drawn at the moment. Well, oh well here, but how do we get through the? How do we get through Tehachapi? Basically, that's where Tehachapi would be up here. We get through that. I guess we just keep building. You're carrying here. Nothing. First that again. And pick up that food. That way he's picking stuff up on the way. Not making almost anything on these runs. Bad. Seven food for Bakersfield. Delivered almost none of 45. None of 45. That's great. Need a lot of stuff. Change the autosave to like every 5 years or something. There we go. Slow down that autosave there. Any horse-drawn things? Where are you going? Thomas Wood. Yeah, you need lots more stuff. We're gonna edit this train. Add more gondolas. Of course, they're empty now, but they won't be next time. So at the end of 1895, we've moved some grain, very little bit of food. Ten-wheeler comes out in 6, which is good. Let's let it go ahead and let this run on till like 1898, and we'll come back and see what we're doing here. All right, welcome back. So we've run it ahead till January of 1897. Our northbound Fresno Bakersfield freight train is starting to turn a profit. Going to keep adding some gondola cars to it. Got quite the capacity now. That's good because we're getting a little overloaded here. And since the train maxes out at about 30 miles an hour, might as well go ahead and use it to its full capacity. There we go. Now we're talking. Excuse me. An eye on that. A little slower to start. But as long as it gets up to 31, yeah, that's where it's going to max out anyway. Gondola cars, they max out at 31. Yeah, gondolas have top speed of 31, so there's not really much point in trying to do more than that. Go longer. Just go longer. We're hauling 77 grain a load now, and we can just go a lot more. That brings in a considerable chunk of change, a $500,000. So that's not bad. I'm gonna let it keep doing that. Actually, add on a couple more gondola cars. Not maxed out yet. Go with that. Another boxcar too. For the next one. The next run. As this train starts to slow down, we will, from its top speed, since it's the only one on the track, go ahead and make an adjustment. Now we're at the end of 1897. Pretty good. Let's stop buying train cars for a year and see what actually happens here. Now, that Klondike is interesting because California has that really long coast. I don't think we've really used it enough, real life or before in this game. So we're going to be looking into shipping passengers speedily along the rail eventually, but also with the 2 or 3 stops, LA, Central Coast, and the Bay Area. That should be good too. All right, hauling 91 grain now. That's none too shabby. None too shabby. Do with that and not buy anything in the year 1898 to see what our finances look like here. Right there. To build more stuff or you bring in more goods, the towns grow. So Bakersfield is growing as we're bringing in 29 to 55 food that it's looking for. That's pretty cool. Ooh, and they do want fuel too. Think about that fuel run eventually. Right now, things are looking good. Not a lot of food here. The other thing we could do, add a second train. that run, but that's going to take a lot of investment that I don't really have. Bummer to be throwing stuff away, though. No. The trains in the station at the same time, yeah. We approach the end of the year here. Like, oh, we've made a lot more on the railroad this year than previous year. Of course, we didn't spend anything. I didn't invest 1.2 million, so it's looking pretty good. $1 million last year, 1.1 million. All right, good start. See where we can deliver some of this food. That keep running. That's not at capacity yet. That's okay. Fresno need food? That'd be great if it did. It's not. Shame. And Louis Obispo. Ooh, they do require some food. Thing. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to make a profit at that right now. Start running north. Stockton. Stockton need food? Stockton does need some food. Very much food. But Modesto. Modesto need food? Modesto does not need food. Alright. Well, that's a bummer. San Jose. Jose needs a little bit. Oakland needs a lot. San Francisco needs some. Okay. I feel like what we could do here is let that chug away. Start running our track north to Stockton. But I want to run it by this fuel refinery. Do I? Well, Stockton needs fuel. That's interesting. Let's bypass that right now. Go straight to Stockton to deliver some of this food. And go a little faster this time. Alright, so Stockton looks like a good spot to kind of put in a building here. What we'll do, put tracks in Stockton, so we can do something. Ooh, sweet. Okay. That catches their food need. And what we can do, track is not that expensive. We run. Okay, so now we got a bus, faster boxcar, faster gondola, faster everything. Right here in 1900. Okay. I think we're talking boxcars and gondolas. For boxcars, anyway. Faster boxcar. Build an expensive train. Passing track on this thing. couple signals on this bad boy. Yeah, there we go. Now, I can go 50 now. The mogul do. Mogul does 47. That's perfectly reasonable. I'll make the mogul the, well, 47 to 50. I feel like we want to go mogul. We want to go the faster boxcars. I made that mistake before. 60 capacity. Borrow some money here. A little over 5. Alright. So we're going to buy that. And we're going to set a new line. That's going to go from here all the way up to Stockton. Stockton does need food. I'm able to find paths to stop. No problem there. Oh, I know what the problem is. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, that's a bummer. Gonna work? Oh, that might work. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and play that at double speed. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna have our own loop here. That's awesome. And we'll get that train going to not line 1 on at Fresno, Stockton. Great. All that's on it right now. Of course, it'll only be food. Moment. They're about to go crash into each other. Like that. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. They're off. Other nice thing I just did was I put in a passing track so I could duplicating that train. The other thing you want to definitely do is, since that track's not doing squat, that. And we're going to manage that line. Manage line. But Fresno, I'm going to come in on track 1. Nope. Track 2. There we go. That should do. And then, nothing at Stockton Freight, huh? Interesting. Not good, obviously. Alright. See about duplicating this train. Can we duplicate this train? I don't have enough money. How much is this train worth? I don't know. Baldwin class. And 0.2 million. Go with that. 3.8 million. Alright, borrow some more money. There you go. Buy that. Set that train on the Bakersfield Fresno Freight. Fun. Do that. Now, let's let it sit around a while. Speed this up and see what happens. All right, that's not working for some. We're gonna sell that train before it costs me any more money. Let's just leave that alone. Or pay some of this loan. 1.5 million now. There we go. Not every line's gotta make money right away. You know? Gondola too. The Atlantic now. That's a hill puller right there, the Atlantic. Uh-oh. Now we done it. Pull a couple cars off that thing. There we go. Try that. Oh, wait, they're all 3 and 11. Crud. Enough. Too much capacity there. Let's come back in 1904 and see where we're at. This. Okay, so here we sit at our Bakersfield World headquarters. Obviously, you can see we have no cargo waiting there. And what I've done is matched up the capacities between feeder train from Bakersfield North at 63 units, and each one of the two trains running down the food to Fresno. And that looks like that's turned into a pretty good profit maker there. It seems like it's about a 1-to-1 ratio between when the trains get there and when they unload. In fact, the previous train just did that, so it keeps the station clear. We got a train going north, and we got a train coming south to wait on this feeder train to come in and set that up. So the next plan for today is I'm going to run. I ran that line to Stockton, but that didn't really seem to help me out much. So what I'm going to do is run a line to off the Stockton line. I'm going to run it over here to the Bay Area and set us up a full-on freight depot, truck depot type situation. So I'm going to pause this really quick and come back. New beverage. Okay, so we're back in the Oakland area, or the Bay Area rather. Like they need a lot of fuel and a lot of food, and this is where we're going to bring it in at. We're going to bring it in right here. And the only problem, of course, with Bay Area is just how deep everything is. We're going to bring one track in. Oh, yeah, see, it's tunneling. I can live with that. I can live with a tunnel. Tunnel through the Altamont. I can do that. That's reasonable. Then down near the 580, and then we'll bring it in here, I think. Now, of course, this isn't high-speed rail, but pretty good. Now, so we have our station, and now we need a major truck stop. And just got trucks that are reasonable, I think, or at least starting reasonable. So we're going to go ahead and get us a truck that definitely catches them in the catchment area. We're going to want 3 platforms right, 3 platforms left, because this is going to be a major thing. Okay, there we go. It's going to be a big truck stop. And we're going to go ahead and configure that. Add cargo here, nope, not there. Cargo here, here, and here, here, and here, and here, because I'm planning on fuel and food to hook up with those ones. And then we're going to need truck unload stop over here in Oakland. That looks good. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then one in, what's that up there? That's kind of all over the place. All right, some there. All right, and then about, yeah, we got a few here too. Let's bring some food up there, and see if we can't get that working. All right, so we're gonna need a road depot. Again, this is really nice in between the 2 cities. See, if we had just planned ahead, connected. Oh, that's connected. I can't see because it's play. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do 1 truck on each side, and we're gonna use a steam flatbed truck. No, we're not. We're gonna use a tarpaulin truck. Okay. I'm going to send that here. This will be Oakland Freight. Right? And we're going to go and do that again. Yeah. Go there again. And there. That's going to be Cisco. Even though apparently that's, oh no, that's San Francisco Freight. 1 more. there. That is going to bring us our food, and that's San Jose freight. All right, so that's going to be getting us our demand at this station. So then we just need a train going to run up and deliver food. Now, should it also pick up? Could pick up grain right here. Could. It really could. Should it pick up grain right here? I think it should. Okay, so let's go ahead and bulldoze track there and back that up. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put in a single station because we don't need anything more than that right now. Cargo station. One track. It's going to pick up what do you call it? Grain on the way back. All right. So then we go. All right, well, that slows it down a little bit, but that's not the end of the world. And that's not great either, but we'll fix that later if that's the case. Okay. We have 62,000 left. We are going to purchase a new train. This one's going pretty far. We want our good stuff here. Want the Atlantic or do you want the 10-wheeler? I think the 10-wheeler is going to be sufficient. Mogul's not fast enough. It's going to need that. It's going to need that extra oomph for 500,000. All right. And what we're going to be picking up is boxcars. Start with, you know what? Let's start with 3 boxcars and 2 gondolas. Need to borrow $5 million. Borrow until we have $5 million. There we go. And even 13 million. Lucky 13. Lucky 13. And we're going to send this on its way from Fresno to the Bay to here to pick up grain in Modesto. Okay, so this is Fresno Bay freight. Okay, now I might be able to use that as a passenger line later on, if depending on how far south I go. Let's go ahead and fire that up double speed. Train starts running here. Yes, it is. It is running. Okay. Take a look at that. Let's go ahead and do that triple time. Yeah. Fresno's out of food. Oh no, Fresno Bay Freight now has food added. Okay, very good. That's good. We have stuff to deliver. We can figure out how to unmuck the Bay Area freight station when we get there. Definitely manage that line. Have them coming on at Fresno number. There we go. That way we don't have a conflict. Right. We have 3 of 12. All right. Very good. There we go. Awful. I don't like that. 2 and 50 though. Going up and over. Ooh, a tunnel. Awful bright tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel. All right. So, oh. Yeah, we don't bring anything back. See about that. Can't bring anything back. That's All right, let's take a look at Fresno. Looks like we're picking up stuff there. The Bay Area Freight is picking up food. That's awesome. I think this is expanded. It has. Fantastic. We're picking up stuff here. Nice. Nice. All right. Well, I think that's the start for today. We've connected Fresno or Bakersfield all the way to the Oakland area. Not perfect, but it's certainly working. Maybe some kinks to work out, but for 1905, 10 years in, I think we're near to making a profit, and we are getting ready to make California a better place. So this has been Steve for the Homespun Days, and real excited to have you here as we rebuild California. Thanks.